before. Before explorers got decapitated, we hunted heads, but took more minds with rhymes and epic tales of mortals testing gods. We thrust magic swords to lightning rods. We were the first to test the heavens and then use verse to explain to our children the creation of the earth. We have told stories from the beginning of time. We folded rhyme into rhythm before Bible hymns and psalms. We had gongs, we had cooling tongs, we had cool things. Sounds springing from lips and fingertips to make bamboo slivers sing. A melody to accompany words we carved on the stock. Complex schemes in 7 syllables engraved on Stone Age rock and forged in fire, admired by friars who conspired to have this lifted, to erase from our memory the fact that we were gifted. From the beginning of time, we jousted about the ousting of American GIs and the PI over PA systems in town squares, past the crosshairs of riflemen unaware. We pit poet to poet and threw our own bombs in the air and turned them into doves by giving them wings of words on which to fly. We're no longer afraid to die once our pens became our weapons and the heavens became ours once again to reclaim, not in the name of the Father or the Son, but in the Holy Spirit of our ancestors who dwelled in the trees, left love letters on leaves, so not hard to believe. First Asian nation to reach Ivy Leagues. Earned scholastic degree for unfreed bourgeoisie who put pen to paper to draw machetes from sheaths. Of fed-up farmers who also fought to be free, immortalized now as heroes in the stories that we tell our children at bedtime, but not for tonight. Because tonight we're staying up until dawn by bonfire light. And we're sharing these stories from tribe unto child, about love, about loss, about being alive. And when my daughter turns to me and asks me, Daddy, which one is mine? I'll tell her, darling, we have told stories from the beginning of time. Yeah!
Okay, this is Len.
Hi, how you doing?
Len Cervantes.
Nice to meet you.
Okay. So I'm very much interested in your poetry. Can you tell us more about it?
Sure. Well, I grew up here in Toronto since I was a teenager, specifically Mississauga. And you know, I mean, growing up in Canada, the kind of music we listen to here is always kind of been a lot of rap. Living in Toronto, that's sort of what we're exposed to. But I was never good at rap. One of the things that I really liked to do was write poetry, and one of the ways that I found that it was easy to express myself to do poetry was to write it and perform it on stage. So in Toronto, there's a big spoken word poetry community, and so they have open mics there where you can perform in front of strangers, and I started doing that. I didn't see very many other Filipinos in the scene, so for a long time I was the only Filipino in Toronto doing spoken word poetry, and then as time went on, more younger people came along and started picking it up, and so then that's when I started the program here at Kapisanan, poetry program, where we teach young people how to write and perform. And the themes that we always like to include in our poetry is themes about being Filipino in Canada, being Filipino in Toronto, you know, being a young person as a Filipino, and what are the kind of challenges that we face every day. And so it's been really great. It gives young people a chance to express themselves about a whole lot of different issues. And so for me, you know, I'm a little bit older now. I'm married. I'm a new father, and so as I get older, even the poetry that I tell has a very different point of view now. It's not the poetry of like a young person or a teenager anymore. It's more from the point of view of an adult or a father and that sort of thing. So I'm really excited about that.